Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ezra Alexander, and today I'd like to talk to you about psychic attack. For starters, it's nothing woo-woo or anything to be scared about. Actually, it's something that I feel needs to be spoken of, or touched on. There we go. Because it happens all the time, and whether we realize it or not, it's affecting us. And I feel as though bringing awareness to this subject will help prevent it from dictating our every move in life. Oops. Also, because I'll be sharing my personal experiences with you, it's important to keep in mind that I don't wish any ill, harm, or any other negative intent on anybody that I speak about or anonymously mention, especially my family. It's not going to help them, and it's not going to help you, and it's not going to help me in any way. What's done is done. It's the past. And if it wasn't for my past, I would not be where I am today. With that being said, what is psychic attack? Psychic attack basically is just a fancy way of saying that negative energy has been directed towards you, whether it be consciously, subconsciously, or unconsciously. And it could be anything from thoughts, dreams, intent, feeling as if you're being watched and nobody's there, or maybe you feel like somebody's touching you, or you feel something brush up against you and there's nothing there. Or maybe all of a sudden you feel drained and sad and fatigued, and maybe you feel not quite your normal self. These are all examples, but today I will be focusing on thoughts. Because believe it or not, your thoughts are very much so alive. If we could see our thoughts, actually perceive all the thoughts everywhere, then we would realize that maybe not every thought that we think is necessarily our own. Because we have subtle bodies, not just our physical body, we have an emotional body, a spiritual body, an etheric body, an astral body. And I'm pretty sure there are several other bodies, but I can't think of them right now off the top of my head. It is very easy for us to be susceptible to things that we cannot see, because there is way more to this reality than the 3D and what you can actually physically see. Our eyes can only pick up on a fraction of all light. So with that in mind, where was I going? Oh yeah, thoughts. Our thoughts are very much alive. So what you think, or if you wish something on someone, like, well, I hope you step on a Lego, for example. That's just a nice, putting it nicely. That's gonna come back to you, because you reap what you sow. That's why I said at the beginning, I don't wish anybody ill intent or harm. I wish them the best. Even if we had to go our separate ways, I wish you the best. And I mean that. What goes around comes around. If you wish negativity on someone, or even think, oh, that person is a bad person, or that person is X, Y, and Z, or you hurt me, screw you, that negative energy alone does more damage to not only them, but to you. And it's not going to help them in any way. You want them to be better, so that they don't put that negative energy out onto somebody else, and the cycle doesn't repeat, and we're not just surrounded by a bunch of low vibrational energy. Especially, you don't want that in your aura. It will affect you. You'll get sick. You may experience aches and pains, go into depression, have serious anxiety. So what can we do about this? You can, like I said, wish them the best. Bless people instead of curse them. Raise your frequency, because it will only affect you if you're a vibrational match. And a good analogy for that is, think of your state of being as a radio station. You're tuned into one radio station. Let's say it's joy. And if somebody tries to throw anger at you, you can't hear it. It won't faze you because you're tuned into joy. It's another station away. So to start raising your vibration is the number one thing I recommend to prevent, and I don't want to say necessarily protect yourself from negative energy, because there is a difference between safety and protection. I learned this quite recently. Protection, according to Teal Swan, is a state of defense, and a state of defense is a state of resistance. And in the words of Carl Jung, what you resist persists. So if you're in a constant state of resistance against fear or harm, the universe is just going to push more of that at you until you can figure out a way to overcome that, to grow stronger, to vibe up, in other words. Safety, on the other hand, is a state of being uninjured or exposed to harm or ill intent. It's a state of freedom, if you will. Freedom from fear, harm, ill, malevolent entities and thoughts. And that doesn't include low vibrational energy, because like I said before, it's like that radio station analogy. You're tuned in to a higher frequency. You're tuned into joy, love, happiness, peace. Any low vibrational energy, negative energy sent your way will not reach you, will not affect you in any way. Another way to raise your vibration is to eat high vibrating foods. This means eating your fruits and vegetables. I know for a lot of us, we could throw out every excuse in the book for not eating our fruits and vegetables, but it is time that we take responsibility and incorporate more of those fruits and vegetables into our diet. Because not only does it raise your vibration, it makes you feel good. And it does your body so much wonders and justice. Just by eating a peach, eating a banana, eating a nice, delicious smoothie. Another way to raise your vibration is to meditate, work out, work on your breathing. If we become more aware of our breath and incorporate deep breaths into our everyday life, or whenever we remember to, it will help calm the brain, the reptilian part of your brain anyway, the fight or flight that keeps us in constant fear mode. Like I said before, if you are tuned into fear, then fear can affect you physically, emotionally, spiritually, psychically, metaphysically, you name it. Shadow work is also another huge component of raising your vibration. All this means is confronting your bullshit, in other words, your stink, your shadow. We all have a shadow self, and we all have a higher self. And I would say that for the majority of people on the planet, it is their shadow self that is driving is another analogy, with their higher self in the back seat, leaning over and saying, hey, slow down, or hey, maybe you shouldn't take this turn, or maybe you should, let me drive. Healing is also another byproduct of working on yourself and doing all these things and implementing all of these techniques to raise your vibration. Another popular method is to envision yourself engulfed in a white light. I mean, covered completely, surrounding you entirely, front, back, side to side, up, down, head to toe, all around you. Close your eyes, take deep breaths, breath work, and envision that white light. Or it could be gold, it could be whatever color you choose, but white is generally a reflector, a reflecting color. So it'll reflect any of negativity or harm, and I promise you it works. I swear by it. Another technique I don't use as much, but it does work, and it's equally effective, if not more, is envisioning yourself engulfed in a violet flame. It is an impenetrable flame. Nothing can hurt you. And lastly, one other thing I like to use for providing a sensation in a state of safety against psychic attack is crystals. I don't know if you can see that. Okay. Specifically, I love amethyst just because it's, in my opinion, it's a powerhouse of crystals. It has multiple uses and benefits. I'll make a whole nother video on which crystals I use and why. But amethyst is an excellent crystal for psychic attack, if you will. What it does is, let's say somebody sends you, or somebody's thinking, man, I wish I had what you had, and I wish that you didn't have what you had, blah, blah, blah. Jealousy. Jealousy is a form of psychic attack. Let's say somebody is thinking about you negatively. What amethyst does is it gets that thought, cleanses that thought, returns it back to the sender, cleansed and replenished, so that negative energy is no longer in their aura, and it doesn't even come anywhere near your aura either. So, in a nutshell, that is psychic attack, and just a few methods of what you can do to provide a state of safety for yourself. If you have any questions, please, I love questions, drop them down below in the comment section, and I'm for sure positively for sure going to expand on some of the things I talked about. But if there's something specifically you want to hear more about, please let me know down below. And if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends if you feel so inclined to do. And I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful night, wherever you are. Much peace, blessings, love, and light to you. See you next time.